about sleep. Even though most of the things I'm going to mention in this video is already known by the majority of people, it's worth reminding everyone about, including myself. Like, sleep is the most powerful performance enhancer you have, and it's completely free. Like, if you stabilize and optimize your sleep, it's basically God tier. If your mood, energy, cognitive abilities, if everything gets better, your life, all your interactions with the world, you know, how you do in school, academia, how you do at work, business, dating, everything, your training, you know, it optimizes your hormones, everything improves basically. So I'm gonna get into what I think you should do to try to optimize it. So for me, the biggest change I made was I work a day job, and even though I went to bed at a reasonable time during the week, when the weekend came, you know, maybe you have social things you want to do, you want to go on dates, whatever, you want to just stay up later and chill. That's going to make it harder for you to fall asleep again on Sunday. And that was the biggest change I made, just waking up at the same time on weekends as well and going to bed at approximately the same time. So it sets up the whole week for you to succeed. Like, your energy on a Monday doing that is going to be much better. And it's just an evil's bad cycle to, you know, go through the week, then the weekend comes and then you stay up late, and then the next week it starts off worse. It's going to affect everything. So there are some things to consider in terms of optimizing your environment. For example, your bedroom, keep it just pitch black, almost like a cave. You know, you shouldn't be even able to see your own hand, as dark as possible. It's going to make it easier to fall asleep. Also, temperature. You know, you should have it chilly, a bit cool. Not freezing cold, obviously, but the body has to turn down its own temperature to fall asleep, and you just help that process by having your room cooler. Also, if you're freezing, like your extremities are cold, like your feet, I've seen some, I don't know how robust the evidence actually is, but I think I saw a study or some anecdotal stuff as well, where people said that putting on socks, you know, help their sleep quality improve. So something to try out. There's a lot of stuff that would like destroy your sleep, like taking nicotine pouches or nicotine too late is gonna make it harder to fall asleep. Obviously, alcohol may put you to sleep faster, but the quality is just gonna be shit poor. Also consider how late you're eating. Like, if you're training and you're eating your bigger main meal late, then that your body is gonna focus on digestion and may make it harder to fall asleep. So try to train as early as possible, or at least, you know, eat your biggest meal 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. And there are some things to consider, like, for example, let's say you're eating chicken. That's not really as easily digestible as eggs, in my experience. So if you, for one reason, someday training much later, then you can change out the foods that you were going to eat and just try to make it a bit easier to digest for your body. Caffeine, something that we all probably almost consume. Yeah, personally, I'm a big caffeine connoisseur. I take it every day, coffee, pre-workout in conjunction with training. And the thing that helped me was just taking it, you know, earlier in the day. If you're at work, you can eat and then take your pre-workout maybe 1 to 2 hours earlier, compared to just coming home and then taking a pre-workout Monster energy drink. So that will definitely give you some more time for the caffeine to clear your system. So I think caffeine has a generally stated half-life of about 6 hours for most people. Obviously, some people, you know, people have different, they metabolize caffeine differently, but something to then there's the screen time. Now, I understand most a lot of people, they after a long day, they want to wind down, they want to doom scroll and have their screens right up in their faces. But if you try to avoid that, and I'm guilty of this too, I'm not perfect in this area at all, but try reading a book instead, or listen to a podcast with your eyes closed. I mean, just doing one of these things is maybe gonna help, but if you add all of these things together, would probably make a big difference. Like the biggest change would probably be just to wake up at the same time and go to bed at the same time, even on weekends. And that's gonna help you fall asleep much easier in general, but it's also probably you're gonna wake up just naturally without maybe even needing an alarm clock, and your energy is gonna be more stable throughout the whole week. So instead of focusing too much on supplements, details, minutia, and nootropics, if your sleep is bad already, then that should probably be the thing that you change. That's going to change everything. That's going to change your mood, your energy, your ability to gain strength and muscle. It's going to keep your testosterone and hormones better, more stable. So it's going to improve everything. That's why sleep is God tier. And if you can go from poor sleep habits to good sleep habits and improve that, it's going to change your life.